Hey everyone, it's Jeannie from A1 Vacuum and Sewing, and I am getting ready to stitch out the freestanding bridge. It's called the Haunted Village Freestanding Bridge. This is OESD's 2025 haunted house kind of thing. They have a haunted house every year, and this year they're doing the bridge. This is the fabric kit. We just put this together, and this is available for you to purchase online. These are the fabrics that are going to come with it, and you're going to see they're going to look amazing. I also am going to get ready to stitch out the, not that, did that, not that, didn't do that yet. I wanted to do this, but I don't have the, do I have the design? Maybe I'll do this one too. And I'm going to do this one as well. And so for this one, I have the best fabric in the store. This is a Benartex cotton shot. And I forget, I think it's called gingerbread, but I can't remember. But it's iridescent. It's pearl. It's from their pearl line, and it is such a great color. So I'm super excited about doing this, and I'm going to look through my stuff because if I do have the design for the freestanding bridge from the gingerbread village. So they also have a gingerbread house that they do every year too. And this year they're doing the gingerbread bridge. Now, I like to do multiple freestanding lace projects all at once. And the reason for that is because I will use my biggest hoop and I will fill it with pieces. And the more pieces I have to choose from, because sometimes maybe like some of the pieces from this might fit together. Like maybe I have a little spot in my hoop like this big, and then I have something that I can choose from these 3 different designs, and I will cut and do them all at once. I'm going to see if I have this one as well. I must have it if I have the design. So these are the projects I'm going to be working on. I'm going to show you how to do design database transfer. We're going to transfer all of these. I do have a fabric kit for this too. Let me find that. This is the fabric kit we put together for this one, and we haven't put it up yet because we weren't sure about the measurements, because when you look at the measurements that they give so far, they give you colors, but they didn't give you, they give you colors, but they didn't give you sizes, so we didn't know for sure. But as long as I have that, I'm going to be stitching all 3 of them. What this video is going to be about is it's going to be the prep. So I'm going to be showing you how to get your cut files, how to prep your fabric, and then how to send it over to the scan and cut, because I am going to cut everything with the scan and cut and probably my rotary blade. So that's it for now. Let me get some more stuff together and I will be right back. All right, the way I'm going to do this is I am going to be transferring the, I'm going to be figuring out the amount of fabric I need and the cuts I need to do according to color. So I will separate it out that way. We're just going to get started by let's transferring the designs via design database transfer to my Avenir. So I'm going to start with that. So I already have my design database transfer pulled up on my computer. I'm going to go ahead and go to, I have a folder. Hang on. Oh, there it is. OESD 2025 is my folder. So I'm going to hit the little plus button over here on the left. And then I think August has, let's see, quilt block, stand-up dining. Nope, not in August. It must be July. Okay, July. I do have the gingerbread gift house boxes right here. So I'm going to go ahead and let me, gingerbread. Shouldn't be in there. Let's see. There they are. All right, so here are all my PES designs. So I'm going to send these all over. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the top one. And then I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. And if you hold your shift key and click the very last one, it will select them all. So I'm going to select that. Oops, it didn't do that either. How come it won't? Let me grab this one first. Oh, well, you know what? If it didn't grab these over here, I'm just going to cherry pick them. And cherry picking for me means that I hold the control key, your control key right here. I'm going to hold the control key, and then I'm going to select And you can use it with the with your little cursor. I'm just going to touch each one of these and this last one. Okay. Got to make sure you select the right machine to send it to. I'm going to do my Eevee. Your machine needs to be on as well. I have a touch screen on this computer. So I'm going to go Eevee. I'm going to bring these down to the bottom, and then I'm going to send them to my machine. All right, so that is all of the gingerbread stuff. So let me look at it one more time because it looks like it is, oops, forgot one. Let's get that one too and bring it down. And you know, I don't want all of these. So let me go ahead and I don't know why it's not letting me do that, but I'm just going to put those in the trash can and trash can. I'm going to put all of these in the trash can for right now because this is the only one I want. I'm going to touch that one. I'm going to confirm it's going to Eevee. I'm going to bring it down here and send it to the machine. And we should be good. That should be all of them. Hopefully. 19. That's a lot of pieces. I was looking at it going, why are there 19 pieces for that? Let's just confirm. Go look in my book. And 11. Up to piece 11. All the way up to 19. Yep. Okay. So we just sent all of those. That's the gingerbread house. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close that. Or let's close that. November. That's where the November is where we have the gingerbread freestanding. Are you there? Maybe not. Let me see if it's here. He should be here. Let me just see. Maybe he's thinking, but he should be there. Should we come back to that? Oh, there he is. This is what you get when you are impatient. All right. So for November, I think are there 14 pieces? Let me see. Can I make that any? Let me go ahead and cherry. I will select Shift. Hello, it's being quirky. I'm going to shut that and let's open it again. Here we go. Design data, paste transfers, thinking. Okay, it liked that better. Here's to number 8. I'm going to bring those down. I'm going to make sure it's going to the right machine, which is Eevee, and I'm going to send those over. Oh, hang on. Eevee and send. There's more than that, though, so let me get them. So I did 1 through 8. So let me get rid of these now. I'm going to put those in the trash can. And then I'm going to do this one through here. And so I did Shift to get some of those, and then I did Control and I touched to get the other ones. And I'm going to bring that down right here, and I'm going to send it to the machine. And that should be all the pieces for the freestanding bridge, the gingerbread village. All right, last thing I want to get is I want to get the designs for the haunted bridge. So haunted bridge, maybe that's in July. Let's look. Gingerbread, nope. Maybe it's September. Yeah, there's the haunted bridge right here. So I'm going to go ahead, hit my plus button. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and touch. And let's go all the way down here. Shift. Selected all of them. It says Eevee. I'm going to bring it down. These are the only ones highlighted. So I'm just going to hit send to the machine. Should only send the ones that are going to be highlighted. And that should be it. Designs are all transferred. No USB needed. You need to make sure that you're on the network and that your machine was on. My machine was on. They should be over there. Let's go to the machine. Now, I did have somebody tell me, because my inclination is just to use the rotary blade because I think that one's the easiest to work with, that told me I should be using my auto blade. And so I think I'm going to give that a go and try to do some cutting today with the auto blade and just my regular either fabric mat or standard mat. So let's go in here. So we're going to go embroidery. I am not using my SVG files. I am not using the photocopies. What I'm going to be using is the placement line, and I'm going to turn that into a cut file. And that's something I absolutely love about the Brother machines, that you can do that on there. You can also do it on your Baby Lock machines. With my Brother machine, though, I can connect wirelessly between my Avenir and my Scan and Cut. So that's really wonderful too. You can do that with the Luminaire too. You have to have either, I think, a 330 or a 325. I think it works also with the 125, the 225, and the 230. But I could be wrong. I forget which ones you can go wirelessly through. I know I can go wirelessly through from my Avenir to my 330. So why don't we just call it at that, and you can look it up, or you can call Michelle because Michelle knows. All right. I'm going to touch this, and this is where I go for my design database transfer. Before I do that, oh my God. Okay, I had to, I'm going to have to remove some video because I was just showing, oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it in there because tomorrow I'm not going to post this video for a couple of days. And what you saw was October's mystery block of the month, but I'm not going to release this until October, so it'll be okay. I seem to always do that. Always like letting the cat out of the bag, but catching it and then having to fix my videos. But don't worry about that. Here's our button. This is where we go for design database transfer, which means I transferred it wirelessly from my computer. So I'm going to go right there. And first thing I'm going to look at is, why don't we go ahead and do October? So we're going to do the bridge. And there's, as far as fabric goes, we have 6 different fabrics. So I'm going to grab those pieces first. So I'm going to turn to, here, let me put this like this on my lap. Purple. So I like stitching. I like printing out these pages because this page is going to tell me, well, it's kind of small, right? So why don't we just go through this way? I'm going to go from these pages, which you want to print these out. And then I will know which ones have fabric, fiber form and dark purple. So that's going to be your fabric. This is when it's fiber form, cut, line work in detail. So it looks like for this one, all I have is the dark purple. So, and then why don't we also highlight it? And that way we know we've dealt with that color. So I'm going to find all the dark purple pieces and I'm going to highlight them. And then I'll know which ones I'm going to pull up first. So this is going to be dark purple and dark purple. So I'll know which pieces I have to pull from. Dark purple. Dark purple. Looking at this, I go, some of these are going to go on fiber form and some of them are not. The ones that don't go out on fiber form, I think they've been recommending that you put stable stick on it, stable stick cutaway. I'm not even doing that. I feel like the fiber form is so robust. If it's applique on top of the fiber form, I'm not doing that. I've really been cutting back on all the product that you need for this. So there are going to be 16 pieces. This one here is stitching only. I'm going to load in all the applique pieces, and I'm going to load in all the applique pieces that have purple in them. And then maybe I'll do the orange ones separately. So let's go ahead and load these in. You ready? So this is going to be, hopefully this will make sense to you. So that's going to be piece number 1. I think it loads it in from the, I think it loaded it in from the first to, like the first one to the oldest, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I can't find my words. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this piece first. I wish I had like a name on this that would make sense instead of the E5. Can I make this even bigger? Yeah, even that doesn't really pull anything else in for me. So I'm going to do it this way. Okay, this one right here. We're going to load that one. And I'm going to go ahead and set it. And let's go ahead to your hoop size, and we're going to choose the largest size. And we're not even stitching this out right now. We're just bringing it in so we can pull out the cut files, and I'm going to put that one up there. Now I'm going to get this one right here. So I'm going to add design database transfer. And this one is the roof with the, I think it's going to be this one. There's 2 of them, but I think this is going to be number 2. So I'm going to load that one, set, add. Then piece 3, right? Or actually this is piece, well, yeah, it is piece 3. So I'm going to load that one. And here we go. And this process does take a while, but it makes it much easier in the long run. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm going to be putting in, this is going to be piece 4 right here. It's going to be look like that one. I do find the more you put in, the slower it goes because your machine's trying to process all that information. I'm not going to put these in because these have no purple. So I'm not going to do those. We'll do this one right here. That is going to be piece 7. Add. And it's going to be this one. Set. Move that one, that one. We'll just keep them in order. It doesn't matter if they're overlapping. We are not stitching these like this. I'm going to do piece 9 and 10. And like I said, as you put them in, it's trying to process all the information, so it might go even slower. So that was this one, and then we were skipping this one, and we're going to do these 2. So I'm going to do this one. That's piece number 9. We're going to do piece number 10. Let's look what we have next. And that's going to be it. That's going to be all the ones with purple in it. And just keep in mind, some of them are going to be fiber form and dark purple. Some of them are going to be just dark purple. If it's just dark purple, that means we're not going to do the fiber form. That means I'm going to stabilize it with Terreal Magic and Secret Sauce. So Best Press and Terreal Magic on the fabric mat. So you just have to think. And if you don't want to think, just follow along with me. You know what I should do is I should do a spreadsheet. You know I love those. So I'm going to grab my computer. Okay, this is going to be a work in progress because I've never done a spreadsheet for my scan and cut, but I think I'm going to name them the design scan and cut cheat sheet, and then with the color, the pieces that are going to be fiber form and fabric, and then the ones that are just going to be secret sauce, and then I'll figure out the measurements and I will add those too. Won't those be fantastic? Because you'll still have to do this, and maybe I will also take a picture of my layout, and that way you'll know exactly how to lay them out on your scan and cut, where it'll be, well, and you know, it's more than one way to skin a cat, so there might be different ways of laying it out. I will lay it out so it will make sense with the fabric cuts as well as whatever like fiber form or product that we're going to use to help stiffen and give it body. All right, Next, so those are going to be my pieces. So I'm going to select the fiber form ones, which is going to be, and you know, I could break them down like that, but we are going to do this one. So this one's going to be fiber form. So I'm going to go ahead and touch it. Should be the very top one. And you have to look at what step it is. And so it's going to be step number 1. So right here is step number 1. I'm going to touch that. And then make sure that you have embroidery selected here, or you go into your settings. If you have to select it into your settings, you're going to go to thread color. Make sure it says name of color and thread brand. And thread brand, pick embroidery or original. Pick one of those two. I'm just going to leave mine on embroidery. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Mine shows it right here. So I'm going to just touch number 1. I'm going to pull up until I see the scissor button down here in the bottom. And that's going to make it into a cut file. It will turn it into applique material. All right, so we're going to get the next one. The next one is going to be tile number, or piece number 2. It's also going to be fiber form and fabric. You need to have those layered together when you do this. They want you to put them together, so they should be fused together. So I'm going to go to my next piece. This should be the next one. And it's going to be the first one. And we're going to turn that. We're going to hit the scissor button. And that is going to create my cut file. Okay, change that to applique material. All right, next one. We do need piece number 3. This one is piece number 3 right here. It's already showing me the color list. And let's just confirm it is step number 1. So this is step number 1 is going to be the one right under it, scissor button. And my handy dandy cheat sheet says I do need piece number 4 as well. So this one is going to be 4. So it's the next one that's coming up right here. And it is also fiber form, dark fabric, dark purple is the first step. Should be that one right here. Hit your scissor button, confirm that it changes it to applique material. And then the last one is 7. So 7 is 1, 2, well, 7 might not be 7. Like it might not be, I think it's the squiggle. Yes. So that is piece number 7 with fiber form and dark purple. It's going to be this one right here. Let's pull up until we get to the squiggle right here. And my instructions show that it's the first one. We're going to touch that and touch the scissor button. We're done with dark purple and with your dark purple and whatchamacallit? Fiber form. So I'm just trying to think if we should be doing, if I should be doing it this way, or if I should be doing also the, if I should do all the light purple in fiber form too. What do you think? I'm going to just try the dark purple for now, see how it lays out. Once you have those selected, I'm going to go ahead and say okay. And I am going to hit my save button. And I'm going to send it to my machine right here. The other thing I'm going to do is, and I'm going to transfer it, but make sure your ScanNCut is on. Is mine on? No. ScanNCut needs to be on to transfer, so turn it on right now. Mine is on now. Is it on? Yes. I'm going to hit my transfer button. And we're going to go over to the machine. I just keep thinking, should I do? No, we're going to keep it easy because it could get really, really confusing doing all these different colors. Before I do anything else, this is everything with the dark purple. I'm going to hit my save button and I'm going to save it to my machine. So now I don't have to come back and load all the ones that have purple in them. Let's go over to the ScanNCut. Okay, carriage will move. Just firing up for the first time today. If you're doing design database, or I'm sorry, if you're doing My Connection and bringing it, sending it from your machine to your ScanNCut. If you do USB, you're going to do retrieve data right here. For me, I'm going to hit the left arrow and I'm going to go My Connection. I'm going to retrieve data, and it'll kick out whatever else was in there. Last time I was stitching out October's block, so it'll kick that out. I'm going to go wireless LAN. And I know it looks like the design that was on my screen, but if you touch the shield, it'll just be those pieces that you selected. I have no idea what these little dotty things are. What are those? Are those? What are those? What are those? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to worry about these pieces that are going to be the dark purple fabric as well as the fiber form. So I'm going to go ahead and select these, and I'm going to add them. And okay. And select. And so we have one right there. We're going to add the next one. We'll do this one. Okay. Set. Add. Okay. Set. And I'm going to drag these on top of each other, because what happens is for some reason it won't let you bring them in if they're too many. Not too many, but where they're spaced. So now I'm going to just add. So I think I did those. We're going to do this one. Okay. Set. And then I'm going to add the last one. Add. This one. Okay. Set. Now you have a couple different options where it will organize it for you. This looks like a lot. I do not think I'm going to be able to fit it onto my 12 by 12 mat. So I'm going to go here to my settings and cut area. I'm going to touch that, and I'm going to change it to my 12 by 20 format, and I'm going to go ahead and say okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, let's say okay to get out of here, is I'm going to do this where it will auto arrange. So you can touch that and just hit this button and let it auto arrange for you. Wow, I'm impressed. It didn't take it down to my 12 by 20 format. So I'm going to just say okay. I'm going to change that mat size again, and I'm just going to go to the regular one, the 12 by 12, and say okay, and say okay. And it fits there. Is that just amazing, the way it nestled it for you? What you do have to be careful of is that I have done this where it was too close. So you can go here and you can touch your button again. It'll give you some options. So that pretty much just kept it the way it was. And that, I think it's all keeping it just the way it set it out to be. So you can look at your grids, and we can count now, and we can see how big of a piece of fabric that we need. So it looks like this is going to be 10 inches because every block is an inch. So it's going to be 10 inches down by 11 inches over, 10 by 11. Let me see my fabric. Fabric! Because I think we have the pattern called for a fat eighth, which means it may not be quite wide enough. A fat eighth, because that's going to be 9 by, here's my fabric right here. Oh my goodness. I thought that was going to be way bigger. Oh, look at that. It's a fat quarter in here. It's a fat quarter. So you have plenty of fabric to cut. You could go ahead and stabilize this. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to go ahead and do 10 inches by 12 inches just to be on the safe side. 10 inches by 12 inches. I'm going to waste a little bit, but it will give me, it will make me so I'm not as anxious to fit it in there. So for our first one, I'm going to get my handy dandy spreadsheet, and I'm going to put in there 10 by 12 inches, and I will take a picture of the layout, and hopefully yours will arrange it just like mine. So let me take a picture of that. Picture, where's my camera? Hang on a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this down 10 by 12. I'm going to fuse it to my heat and with heat and bond light to my this is where it gets tricky. fiber form is 10 inches wide. So this works out perfectly because I can fuse it to my fiber form. But if I want to use my whole 12 by 12, I might use my Kimberbell. And I also have my Peltex. So I brought all those products home. I'm not scared to mix them all up. I did do a little comparison. This one's the thinnest, but they all cut kind of the same. So anyways, let's go ahead. I'm going to do it on my fiber form. So, and I am going to do this. I'm going to prepare each piece separately, just because it's what comes up on the screen here, and I'm going to cut it and then I'll do the next one. So I don't know if that's the most efficient or effective way to do it, but that's what I'm going to do. I wonder if I could just save all of these. So I'm just going to say okay to that. I'm going to take a picture of it and send it, so we have this saved and you'll know how I have it laid out. But let's go ahead and save it. I wonder how many you can save in the machine. I really haven't figured that out. Saved in the machine's memory. Well, what do you know? Why don't we go ahead and save them all, and then we'll stabilize all our fabric when we figure it out. Okay, I think I can get faster as I do this. So next thing I'm going to do is I want to grab all of the purple that is that's going to be Terriel Magic, and I already started my spreadsheet, and I will share this spreadsheet. And that's going to be pieces 9 and 10. So I save this, and I don't want to unselect that, and it's going to save all of that and send that over again. So instead, this time I'm going to go home. And I wonder if I could just have sent that all over and just saved them individually, which I think I can. Okay, work in progress. Just bear with me as we do this together. Whoops. Let me go back to the machine. I'm excited. So I'm going to grab that one. And this time what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and set it. I'm just going to pull pieces 9 and 10. And that's going to be these two. And what I'm going to pull is just to see how it's just dark purple fabric. So that's just going to be applique without the fiber form. So that's going to be the last two. So it's going to be this one right here. And, oh, I don't have to select it, but I do have to find it here. It's going to be this last one. So I'm going to touch that one. And if you look at your color list, it's going to be the third step. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. This one. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to do the scissor button right here. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to do this one right here. This is piece number 10, and it's also going to be step number 3. So we are going to go to this one right here. 1, 2, 3. Hit the scissor button. And now we're going to say okay because we're done with both of those. All right, and that one I'm going to go ahead and put in the pocket, send it to my machine. It'll push out the one that we had there just now. Let's go ahead and transfer it. And now we'll figure out how big this piece of fabric is going to be. We'll cut them all later because we're going to streamline. Okay, so I saved this one and I took a picture of it and I labeled it in my picture. So I'll make a little spreadsheet for that. I'm going to go here and let's go home. Is it okay to delete all the patterns? I'm going to say okay. But I do want to make sure I can pull it up. And what I did find is if it's from Design Database Transfer, you have to go to My Connection. And we're going to hit Retrieve from Machine's Memory. Is that it? Is that it? There it is right there. You know what I should do too is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this other stuff because I don't need it and I don't want it to take up my memory. So I'm going to go ahead, retrieve that, trash can. Okay. Because who knows how much you can store in here, right? I'm going to pause this while I get rid of all of this stuff. And there we go. I have that one design. That's going to be the purple with fiber form. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And this time I'm going to pull up from the wireless LAN because I want to pull in what I just sent over, which should just be a little itty bitty bit. And this is going to just be on our regular purple fabric. Remember, it'll bring up the whole design that was on the screen, hit the shield, and that'll bring in what you selected. Oopsies. Oh, they're right here. So I do have to, so I guess it saves all of that. So I'm going to just take this in right now. Okay, set. And I'm going to go ahead and add. So I didn't know it was going to bring all of that in, but whatever, it's fine. okay, and set. Okay, those are the two things that I want. I'm going to go ahead and it'll fit on my mat, so I'm just going to hit this button and see how it arranges it. That looks perfect. So I'm going to count down, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 5. Let's call it 5 by 11. And you could do 5 by 12 if you want, but I'm going to save that as 5 by 11. I'm going to add it to my handy dandy spreadsheet right here. That's going to be secret sauce. Sorry, I'm trying to get my filming arm to stay. And we're going to do 5 by 11. Perfect. And that's just going to be secret sauce for those two pieces. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of it and I will add it to the spreadsheet. Now let's go ahead and we are going to save it. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. And let's hit our save button. And that should be saved on the machine in my connection. I think if you save stuff from a USB, that's going to be different than if you save stuff that came in originally on through my connection. Next, let's go over. Oh no! Do you see step number 3? Fiber form in dark purple. I was supposed to save that too. I'm going to have to fix that one. Okay, let's fix that one. So, I wonder if you can deselect. So we turn this into applique material. And how do I deselect that? Can I just change it to a color? So I'll just change it to a color. So how do we do this? I am going to go back and deselect. I'll just change these all to sky blue. So this material right here, sky blue. And because I'm not stitching these out from here. And then I'm going to leave that one, right? We're going to leave. How did that change? Let's go home. Embroidery. Pocket. Set. So it should have all of these saved with the applique material in it. And the only thing I forget is I forgot to do this one. I should have changed that to applique material. And then I also needed to change step 3 to applique material, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. So this one right here, that should be applique material too. They're both dark purple. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. And I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to send that over. But before I do that, I'm going to look through all my instructions one more time. I'm going to pause this. Okay, that was it. Now let's go ahead and go to the pocket and send it over. So could change it a little bit. I'm going to transfer that over there. Let's go to the machine. So I'm going to go over here, my connection, retrieve, wireless LAN. I already cut my fabric, so hopefully it'll fit in there. And hit the shield. And so it should be this. Okay. Set. Add. This. Okay. Set. Because now I have to add that one other cut file. Okay. Set. Add. This one. Okay. Set. Add this, okay, set. And then finally, I have to go add, next page, this one right here. This, okay, set. Okay, we're going to go back and let's leave it at the 12 by 12 mat because it looked like we had plenty of room. We're going to hit this button and sort it. And it did. It bumped us. 10 by 12. Wait, did I cut? I cut it 10 by 12. I did. Okay, so we're still good to go. 10 by 12. It's going to have bumped over and put some more stuff over here on the side. Let's see if the other ones look any different. Not enough space in the mat. Not enough space in the mat. We'll go back to this one. Okay, so that is going to be our huckleberry. I will change that, but I left it 10 by 12, so we had a little extra room. So I think we're good to go. So how nice is that? I'm going to just take a picture of it right here, and then I will add that to our little spreadsheet. So this is the one that we want to use for the fiber form and the dark purple fabric. Let's go ahead and touch OK, and we're going to save. And we're going to put it into the machine's memory. We'll automatically do that, but we are going to throw out the other one because I don't want to get confused. Okay, in the memory, and then let's go home. It's okay to cancel because we saved it. To retrieve it, we're going to go My Connection and Retrieve and Machine's Memory. And this is the one we're going to get rid of because it doesn't have those little two pieces right there. So we're going to touch that. Whoops. Yeah. And trash can. And we're okay. And it all worked out. So this is going to be fiber form and dark purple fabric. And that's going to be dark purple fabric with secret sauce. Let's go to the machine and let's do the next one. Okay, we're going to do the light purple now, and I went through the book first so you don't have to sit and wait. And it's really going to be piece 9 and 10, and those are both fiber form with light purple. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to change these because it's going to keep pulling these up because I did save them after I did the applique material. So I'm just going to change the applique material. Doesn't make a difference. I'm just changing it to a color so it doesn't pull it up. Oh, this is the other thing. These were the dots. Why it changed those, I do not know. And it added the dots to them. Some of the things pull up on the color list as whatchamacallit. It pulls it up as, what's the word I'm looking for? Applique material when they're not. And you know what we can do just so we start fresh? Let's go home. And let's just pull the designs. We only need 9 and 10. So we're going to pull both of these because they both have fiber form and light purple, fiber form and light purple. So, and we're not stitching these out right now, so don't worry about it. We're going to look for 9 and 10. This is just putting them on the screen so we can pull the cut files. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to go ahead and load this one. Set. Add, and we're going to do 10. And this might make it easier for you because it's not going to be as complicated, right? So this is 10. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to pull from this one right here. It is going to be the first one, fiber form and light purple. So this first one right here, and scissor it. You're going to make the scissor button, and then we're going to do the next one, which is this one. That is going to be this one right here, and it's also going to be number 1. So it's the first one. And you're going to say, okay, we're going to do pocket, and then we're going to send it over to the machine. And yes, we can transfer it. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do, because like I said, I'm going to do this spreadsheet, and these spreadsheets, they always evolve for me, right? Let me go ahead and put my pin in where you're not going to see it. You don't need to know my pin. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do dark purple, or this is light purple. And we're also going to be doing fiber form and fabric. And this is going to be piece 9 and 10. And then I'll put the size of it when we figure it out. So let's go over to the machine. You guys must be so confused because I'm like, we're going to go to the machine. And I say that when we go to the Scan-A-Cut or my Avenir. So let's make sure it pulled up what we needed. You just have to think, and you have to make sure you choose the right thing at the right time. So that's going to be one of them. That's the first one. And then we're going to add, and we are going to do this one. And we're going to set it. We're not changing the size at all. We'll go ahead and hit this button and let it arrange it for us the best it can. And that looks really, really good. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 12. So it's going to be a 5 by 12 piece. And I know that I'm going to put that on my, I'm going to do it on fiber form and fabric. So that's going to be 5 inches by 12 inches. And we should be good to go with that one. Okay. All right. What's next? Spacing is important to me. I like it to look good. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of this and I'll add it to the spreadsheet, which is going to be helpful for me too. Okay, how about we go through and we do everything that has orange. So I'm going to go embroidery. We're going to go to design database transfer. And it looks like this design here has orange on top. So that is going to be number 2. So this is 2. Set. Add. Piece 4 has orange on the top too. I'm just looking at my book. And I should be putting this in my spreadsheet too. So this one. And we're going to go ahead and set that. The very top of it is going to be orange. Let's add. And then we're going to add 5 and 6. And I want either oranges. We'll use this to do both the oranges. And then we're going to have 4, 5. Set. Add. Do you see how if you get in a roll, you could really get this done? So this is going to be 5 and 6. Set. Okay, now what? It looks like this piece right here, which is piece 8, and then 8, 11, and 13. 8, 11, and 13. So we need add. I just looked through the book. So that's all you do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. 11. And this is 11 and 13. So it looks like this one right here is 11 and that one's 13. 11. Set. And then, oh, he's big. Didn't expect that. And 13. And he's little. Didn't expect that. You just never know, right? Okay, now that we have all of the pieces that have orange in them, let's go ahead and we are going to set them. So, and I'm going to pull everything because then I'm going to pull all the light oranges and all the dark oranges and I'm going to send them all together because we can pull them from the scan and cut screen. So have your book ready. And let's go ahead. We're going to just grab this one right here. That's going to be fiber. Oh, nope. We're looking for cut line, dark orange fabric. So that's going to be step 3, dark orange fabric. So this one right here, step 3, which is dark orange fabric. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Here we go. Okay. That's the first one. Piece 4. This is piece 4, and again, it is dark orange, which is step 3. So that one, 1, 2, 3, scissor. Piece 5, we're going to turn into applique material. This one, step 1, cut line, tack down. Step 3, cut line, tack down, and that's it. So 1 and 3. So for this piece right here, we're going to do step 1. And we're going to do step 3. I'm going to separate them out at the scan and cut. I'm realizing I can do that and that'll just make it easier. On this one right here, fiber form light orange fabric and then dark orange fabric. So that is going to be step 1 and 3. 1, 3. Okay, next piece. And this one right here was the little itty bitty fiber form in light orange, fiber form in dark orange. That's it. So we're going to go, here he is. That's step 1 and 3. And then now we have piece number 11 right here. Fiber form, dark orange, cut, line work, and that's it. So first step. And then the last one, that's going to be this piece right here, and it looks like fiber form, dark orange fabric, and that's it. That's going to be the first step. Okay, now we're going to say okay. Now I'm going to go to my spreadsheet, and I'll separate everything out. Oh, before I do that, let's hit the save button, and let's send it to the machine. And it's going to send all of those cuts. Yes, transfer it. It really has been such a process. Like, I just want to do everything that's going to be like quickest, most efficient, the easiest, least expensive, that makes sense. I don't like wasting time. I don't like wasting your time. So we're going to go through and let's do the dark orange first. So dark orange. All right. I'm going to go through the book, and then I'm going to add those pieces that have dark orange with fiber form. So on the very tops of these, this is just dark orange fabric. That's just going to be secret sauce. So this is piece number 2. I'm going to put that in here. 2. And this is dark orange fabric. That is piece number 4. Over here, what do we have? This one is fiber form light orange. So I'm going to also put that into my spreadsheet. So here's light orange. And that is going to be fiber form and light orange from 5, piece 5. And then dark orange fabric. Dark orange fabric. That's going to mean secret sauce. What's going on up here? This isn't right. 2, 4, and 5. 2, 4, and 5. That is dark orange right here. So far, we've only had dark orange fabric. So that's secret sauce for 5. And then we did this one. 5 was light orange fiber form. Okay, this one right here, fiber form light orange. So I'm going to add that to the spreadsheet. And that's going to be piece 6. And then dark orange fabric, piece 6 for secret sauce. This is weird. 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And cut look, line work, no more fabric. Because it'll either say fabric form or fabric. All right. Right here, we have fiber form light orange. So that's going to be piece number 8. What just happened? Hang on. So I actually went ahead and just did all of the pieces, and whether or not they were going to be, I will like box all of these and make it so they're easy to read. But I went ahead and just created everything so that it's going to be easier. And now I'm going to figure out all the measurements. And like I said, I will share this and we will make it with pictures. Okay, now that I have that up here, I'm going to go back to my screen and we are going to load all of the orange. So let's see if we can have this come back up. Are you awake? Wake up. Hello. All right, so that should be saved, and I think I took a picture, so I'm going to go home. And I'm going to go back here and we're going to bring up the orange pieces that I just sent. So we're going to retrieve wireless LAN network. Okay, here we go. Again, it'll pull up everything you put on the screen. Just hit the little shield and then it'll give you, and these little random things, that's just something that they're calling applique material, even though they're not. It's really weird. I don't know why that happens. There must be a great reason for it. But as we're doing this, I'm going to look in my book and I will go ahead and pull up the pieces. And it might not make total sense to you, but if you have your book with the instructions, you can do this along with me. I'm going to do the orange fiber form fabric first. So that's going to be pieces 8, 11, and 13. So 8 is the little mini one. It's that one right there. So let's see, that is probably going to be 2, 4, 5, 6, and I think this one right here is 8. Let's check it out. Or maybe not. Is that one 8? That one doesn't look like 8. That one doesn't look like 8. Because some of these, they, like I said, it's sent in automatically, and they're not quite what I'm looking for. I think that one. Is it that one? Or is it this one here? If you flip it, this kind of looks like it. You know what I might do? I know this is confusing. This went ahead and it included something like that is applique material, but this is not. Look. Do you see how it just has a little dot up here? So I'm going to change those because I'm not stitching this out, not changing anything that's important. I'm going to just change it so it's a color and it won't recognize that as an applique. So I'm going to just go through my list. That one I changed. This one, and look at your picture, that is not applique. That one I changed, yes. And this one I changed, yes. What's this? That is nonsense. That is not applique material. I'm going to take it out of there so it's not confusing. That one, yes. That one, yes. Nonsense. Hoopla. Yes. Yes. No. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's really weird, but they do have some that they call applique material, and now it's pulling it to the scan and cut and making it a little bit confusing. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to go to the pocket, and I'm going to send it back over to the scan and cut, and hopefully this will make it so it's not as confusing for me or you. I'm going to go home. Now that we've gotten rid of all that hoopla, I'm going to come back in here, my connection, retrieve. Are you guys learning with me? And let's go to the shield. And there, all the hoopla is gone. So that is piece 2, 4. That I think is 5. And that one right here is 6. 6, 6, 6. I think there's 2 of them. So this is going to be 2, 4, 5, 6, and these 2 are 8. Okay, I know that's confusing, but they break it up into separate pieces. So this is 8, and that is 8, and that's what G and H are. So I'm going to go ahead and click on G, okay, set, and I'm going to click on add, and we're going to do H, okay, at set. And then we're going to add. Let me look at my spreadsheet. So 8, I should put a note in here that says 8 is 2 pieces. Let's do that. Okay, let's go and do 11. So I added that to the spreadsheet. Hopefully that'll make it easier for you. And then this one right here, I think this one is number 11. It is. So we're going to go ahead and say okay to that and set. And then let's move it over. Add. And the last one is going to be this one. And that's 13. Okay and set. And let's go ahead and do this to sort it. Love that sorting button. Make sure none of your pieces overlap. It looks absolutely fantastic. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make it 5. So we're going to do 5 by 12 for that one. So on our handy dandy spreadsheet right here, I'm going to make this into 5 by 12. Perfect. Now let's look at orange secret sauce. Orange secret sauce is going to be just the pieces that are orange fabric, and that is going to be 2, 4, 5, and 6. And remember, we're going to save this. So I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'm going to hit my save button, and I'm going to name it and send it to myself, and then I'll add it in later on. Picture. And okay, and save. And then I'm going to send it to myself. Okay, done. Now, I saved it, right? Yes, I definitely saved it. Now I'm going to go home again. We're going to delete. Let's check. My connection, retrieve, and from the machine memory. So do we have everything? This doesn't look like everything to me. This is dark fabric. This was the first dark fabric. This is the second dark fabric. And then I do not have my light purple, 9 and 10. Okay, so I'll have to load that in a sec. We're not going to worry about it right now. But we do have the one that we just did. This is the very first one, and I can't remember if this one is going to be secret sauce or fiber form and fabric, but I will figure it out later. This is saved in here, so let's just go home, and I'm going to retrieve from the wireless. I want to do, there is dark orange secret sauce fabric, so I'm going to load those next. Dark orange secret sauce fabric. Dark orange secret sauce fabric. It's going to be these two. These are just the little pieces of fabric. This is going to be secret sauce. So we're going to say, okay, set. I'm going to add this one. Okay, and this will all be on the spreadsheet. And then I'm going to add. And there is also 5 and 6. 5 and 6 have secret sauce. So here is 5 dark orange fabric right here and here. And then we're going to have here and here. So look at that. So I'm not sure. I think it's this. And I'm not sure why it has that. I'm going to look at my screen. Hang on. Okay, this one's going to be for the light orange. So we just want this one. So we're going to go ahead and load that. Okay, set. And then we're going to add, and we're going to add this one. So that's light orange. That's light orange. This is the dark orange. And that's going to be the dark orange fabric. So we're going to say okay to that and set. Okay, that should be it. I'm looking at my spreadsheet. There should be 4 selections, so we have them all. I'm going to go ahead and hit this button and let it auto arrange. I feel like we should be able to do better than that, right? Well, that's going to be it. And that's okay. We'll go back to the first one. I don't like that one. I want to spread it out a little bit. If I'm going to use it, I might as well just spread it out a little bit. I'll just use that one. So let me take a picture. I'm going to send it to myself. And this one is going to be okay. And we're going to save it onto the machine. And I didn't even count my rows. Let's go okay. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 12. So we're going to do that as 6 by 12. All right, it's saved. Did I save it? Let's check again. I saved it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go home. Okay, here, my connection, retrieve, and I'm retrieving it from the memory because hopefully I saved it there. And that's it. So we're good to go. So we have that. Next thing we're going to do. So we've done dark orange, both fiber form and secret sauce. Now we're going to do light orange, and it's only fiber form and fabric. There's no light orange with secret sauce. So I'm going to go ahead, bring it up from what I sent from the machine, and it's going to be pieces 5, 6, and 8. So go to your shield. 5 is going to be this one. This is 5. This is 6. And then 8 is going to be, what's 8? I think this one's going to be 8 right here. That one. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to load this one. Okay. Set. Add. This one. Okay. Set. Add. And the last one's going to be this one right here. And that is going to be your, that's going to be that little itty bitty. If you ever had any questions, go back to your machine and look and see if that's what it's sending over. So I'm going to go ahead and set. Not enough space on the mat. That's okay. If you don't have enough space on the mat, let's go ahead and just say pack. Just drag it over, then add it. Okay, now we have all the pieces there. I'm going to come here, let it auto arrange for me. And it looks like it has those big pieces. I'm going to check and make sure that is the right piece for number 8. So I messed it up. And I'm going to just leave it the way it is for the dark one. But really, this one is not it. So I'm going to go okay. And I'm going to touch that one, object edit, and I'm going to throw it away. So what it is, and you know, sometimes you're just kind of figuring it out. I want to object edit. Okay, is it going to let me add? So I'm going to add. So these 2 pieces right here, the first one, I thought each of these were separate. But the first one is the light orange, and the second one is the dark orange. So this whole thing is the light orange. This whole thing is the dark orange. So 8 is not in 2 pieces. So I have to fix that on my spreadsheet. It is not in 2 pieces. But it is going to be the second square. So it's going to be the second shape. And for 8, and then for the light orange, first shape for 8. Hopefully that'll make sense to all of us. I am going to let it cut both of those for the dark orange because I don't feel like fixing it. But this right here, I'm going to say okay and set, and that's going to be my light orange for my fiber form. Okay, now that we have it, let's go ahead and auto arrange it and see what it comes out with. Not really that great. Not really anything to write home about. I almost feel like it would be better to take this piece and put it on the bottom. You know what I mean? Because now you're going to have like a piece that has like an outie. And, I mean, what they arrange for you isn't always the best. Edit, object edit, rotate. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do this one. Rotate. And then we'll do that one. See if I can grab that one. Mama knows best. And there we go. So and that's going to be, I don't know if that's any better, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 by 12. And this is going to be secret sauce no, this is fiber form. So we're going to do 8 by 12. Now we're going to go back over to the machine because now we're going to do black. We'll load up the black and the green pieces. It can be confusing, so I hope you can bear with me. Now we're going to go here. I'm going to grab my book. And for the black pieces, they're the ones in the back. So it's going to be this one right here, piece 12, 14, and 15. And for the green, it's only 14 and 15. So let's go ahead and do those. I'm going to go return. Let's go to the pocket. And I think I was where I wanted to be, but I wasn't looking. So the black one, we are going to look at 12. And 12 is, I think, this one. Yes, 12. Set. So we need 12, 14, and 15. Add. It's 14. We don't need 16 because 16 is just freestanding lace. So it's just going to be thread. And we're going to add the other ghost. Set. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and pull our cut files from this. This one is going to be fiber form and black. It's the first step. So right here, first step. And we're going to turn that into applique material. We're going to look and see if there's any hoopla applique ones that don't even count as anything. And this one, it's going to be black, first step, fiber form, and black. So it's going to be this one. And let's go ahead and fiber form, cut green. Green fabric is going to be step 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're just turning it all into, whoops, I hit the wrong thing. Scissors. And then anything else? No fabric, no more fiber form. And then let's turn to the last one right here. And we're going to have step 1 is fiber form in black and green fabric. And that's it. So this one is going to be also 1 and 3. And also I want to get rid of any other applique that's not real. And then 3. And say okay. Okay. Pocket. Send it to your scan and cut. If you don't have a direct transfer, you're just going to put it on a USB and then bring it over. Not a big deal. Just as easy as far as I'm concerned. All right. Going to go home. Hopefully I didn't mess anything else up. So you are going to have one extra piece of that red. And I'm not going to deal with it right now. So I'm going to go to My Connection, Retrieve. And I'm going to go Wireless. And if you look at my spreadsheet, let me get my spreadsheet up. Hang on. Just putting in my password. If you look at my spreadsheet here, why am I showing you my spreadsheet? Oh, first of all, let's fix this. This should say chartreuse. And I'm trying to think. I don't know. But I don't know what I was thinking. But here's our fiber form with the black. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up those pieces. And then we'll do the secret sauce with the green. And it's going to be those pieces. Hopefully this will make sense. I'm going to do the next spreadsheets for the gingerbread gift boxes. For the gift boxes and for the other, the gingerbread bridge. I'll do both of those. And then I'll create the spreadsheet. So you're not going to sit here and wait. And we'll just create the files. So shield. And this is going to be this piece, and this piece are all going to be the fiber form in black. Add this one. Okay. Set. Move it over. This one. Okay. Set. Okay. Now I'm going to auto arrange. See what it does. Well, it's kind of good, right? Or else we could do this where I might try it myself. I wonder if we could do Let's say okay. How about that? That to me looks pretty snazzy, don't you think? Okay, I'm going to say okay. Let's touch over here. And what do we have? We have this is going to be fiber form. And, oh, if I could only squeeze it into the 10 inches. Yeah, because that's going to be 10 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and save it like that. $10 by 12. Let me add that to my spreadsheet. 10 inches by 12 inches. We're going to take a picture of it. I'm going to go ahead and say okay, save. We'll save it to the machine. And then I have to do the chartreuse, which are the ghosts. I have to do those 2 pieces that are going to be secret sauce. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, did I just do it twice? So it should be there. Let's go ahead and let's go home. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it's there. We're going to come back here. My connection, retrieve, LAN, because that's where we're bringing it in, and we're just going to do the 2 ghosts. So let's go ahead and do that one. Oh, we have to hit the shield first. So I need this ghost, and then I need add this ghost. Oh, that's kind of fun, right? I'm going to move him over. And let's see if we can. I don't want them touching. So let's go ahead and say okay, but I'm going to separate them a little bit. We might as well. And let's call this 1, 2, 3, 4.5. We're going to call it 4.5 by 12. 4.5 by 12. 4.5 by 12 inches. Okay, so that one is done too. I'm going to take a picture and then I'll send it over. We are done with the ghosts. So I've been filming for 1 hour and 17 minutes. I think we could do the next one and then we'll go ahead and prep, but I think this is going to be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we are going to do the fabric for the gingerbread bridge. Okay, I don't want to confuse you. So I think, and I printed everything out and made it look really good. So I will post this somewhere on our website so you'll be able to find that. Free content. I'm very good at it. All right, so for my dark purple, I need a piece that's 10 by 12 and 5 by 11. Here's my 10 by 12 and my 5 by 11. And then you're going to have extra. Isn't that great? Who doesn't like extra? Where's my rotary cutter? 5 by 11. White and white. White numbers and white numbers. 5 by 11. I should probably use my my rotating mat, and then I wouldn't have. I'm just gonna cut that. 5 by 11. Hope I got that right. Okay, here's my 5 by 11. Here's my extra. Here's my trashy trash. What's next? All right, next piece is going to be my light purple, and we need just 5 by 12. white pepper. Uh-oh. Am I pulling apart multiple kits? So this is 5 by 12. Don't want to cut my papers. Well, that wasn't a very good cut, but it'll do. And then I need my dark orange, my light orange, my black. Dark orange, light orange, black, and chartreuse. Chartreuse. Like that color name. Okay, here's my light orange, and we just need an 8 by 12. 8 by 12. 8 by, oh, you're going to hear some barking. It's ironic, we own a vacuum stirrer, and my dogs hate the sound of the vacuum. I guess it's not ironic. It is unfortunate. We were hoping when we got our dogs that they would be good store dogs, and they are not. Momo, you gotta leave. You can't come in here and bark. Mommy's filming. No barking. Are you telling me that there is a scary vacuum upstairs? And then I need a 5 by 12 and a 6 by 12. So 5 by 12. This is called cross weave. 5 by 12 and 6 by 12 is 11 by 12. So I'm going to cut an 11 by 12 and then I'll cut it down to 5 and 6. 11 by 12. This is 12 and 11 and 12. Are you getting the shoulder view? Sorry. Sorry. And that's 12. Hang on a second. I don't know if I was filming for that or not filming for that. Hopefully I was filming, but I'm not sure. And then you had me walking around. But okay, I'm going to grab the pieces first that are going to be secret sauce because that's going to be the easier ones to do. So this piece right here, secret sauce. And then I need a dark purple 5 by 11. I think this is 5 by 11. It's always nice to have a ruler here so you can check it. Yes, 5 by 11. And then we need dark orange 6 by 12. Dark orange 6 by, nope. 6 by 12. Perfect. Those are going to be my secret sauce pieces. So you're going to kind of saturate it with your secret sauce blend. Secret sauce is, oh my God, you buy it in a bottle and it says secret sauce on it. Just kidding. It is, I wrote it on here too. Secret sauce is half Terrio Magic, half Best Press. And I don't even measure. I just kind of pour and go, that looks like half. And then I do the other stuff. So you kind of want to saturate this. Sometimes I'll spray it and press it twice, you know. What this does is it stabilizes your fabric. And then it stiffens it. All right. Go ahead and press it. What you don't want to do is you don't want to just spray Terrio Magic directly on it because your Terrio Magic will stick to your iron. Material magic. And I should have everything saved in the machine, so it should be easy to cut. I'm going to take this and put this down on my fabric mat. I'll use my fabric blade. I know, can you believe it? You want to know a secret? I've never used my fabric blade. Because I'm always doing something with like heat and bond light. And when I'm doing this, I don't use heat and bond light because it is, oh, it feels so good. I'm going to flip it over and do it one more time. Ooh, nice. I don't do heat and bond light because it is on Dissolve Away and Badge Master, and I don't want to melt that stuff. So I'll just do a little bit of spray adhesive. Here, I'll show you a comparison of when it's done. And if you look at this, I am pressing on 2 mats because there's moisture. And if you don't, you will warp your cutting mat. So I'm on my Martelli cutting mat. Those puppies are expensive. Oh my goodness. I still have to do my purple piece. All right. This is my one that, I mean, you can even hear it. And then this. Do you see this? And this. Let's hold it. All right, so you are going to secret sauce it. Don't put it on your mat without secret saucing it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my Terrio Magic this side. I'm going to spray it one more time and then we'll do Terrio Magic or Best Press. I'm sorry, Secret Sauce. Secret Sauce. Did I do this side? I don't think I did. Are you guys so bored? I'm sorry, I'm boring you. I'm boring myself. Okay, so if I wasn't doing this with you, I would be watching TV right now. And I just binged all of Earth's first 8 episodes of House of Guinness. Yes, I did. Miss Linda S. told me I should watch it because I love period dramas. I can't, like, you just don't even know this, like, how this feels. It feels so good. All right, so this is going to be for the fabric mat. And I'm just going to put this to the side. Those are ready to go. Now, the rest are going to be on my fiber form, and so this works, a 5x12 and a 5x12, because I'm going to grab my fiber form, and we are going to do heat and bond light without moisture. Let me grab my Teflon sheets, and I'm going to move this because I want my big mat underneath. I'm going to put it down here first. So we are going to adhere those two. Where is my heat and bond light? Oh my goodness, it took me all that time to find my heat and bond light. So these two I'm going to run together because it's 10 by 2 yards. So I'll put those two together. I'll do this one as well. And then I'll do the 8x12. I'll do this one and then I'll do the 8x12 by itself. So let's go ahead and let's grab my fiber form. I think I have some. Oh, look, I have some left from before. This should be my 8-inch piece right here. What do we have? So this is, oh, it's 24 inches. So this will work for the 10-inch cuts for the 10 by 12. So there's one side that's smooth and there's one side that's bumpy. I'm going to guess the smoother side is the right side, that maybe you want to run that with the fabric. But there are going to be some things that we're going to do that are going to be double-sided. So you're going to fuse to both sides. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to put our fusible on this first, our heat and bond light. Why don't I'm going to put my heat and bond light on my fabric. It'll be easier to press to the fabric. Heat and bond light, 17 inches. Do you like this? So we can run our 5-inch piece here. It's too small. And I also will take my fabric. I'm going to press this open a little bit. Or my heat and bond light, and I'll layer it. So we're going to do the light purple. What do we have here? Okay. Little roulette. I will use every last bit of this. Okay, it is done. We'll press this more. I'm not going to leave it like that. The purple here. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to put this down. Again, don't worry, we're going to press this again. I'm just going to make it into more usable, smaller pieces. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Okay, let's ruin a blade fast. Cut on top of the ruler. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's that piece. And we have a light orange, the 8 by 12. Is this 8 by 12? That just doesn't look like. I guess it is. Let's move this out of the way. It's hard keeping track. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, I am ironing on my cutting mat. I don't know if you guys ever do that, especially when I'm tired. And that's when I go, okay, time for bed. Time to go to sleep. You are becoming a menace in the sewing room. Okay, had to make sure I could leave that Teflon sheet. This one piece. Right off. We will press that more. And then the black. The black is gonna have 10 by 12. So let's go ahead, make sure we don't have anything on here. Ooh, I almost did that on the wrong side. Because you know you can use your the back side of your grunge as a solid. Like it's meant to be that way. There's nothing you can do wrong with it. You can use it as a solid or you could use it as a tone on tone. That's why grunge is the best fabric in the entire world. Did I do them all? I don't even know. One of my children is coming home this weekend. I'm so excited. And the other one is not coming home, so it makes me sad. Okay, I think that's it. Although there should be dark orange too. Do I have a dark orange? I have the black, the light orange, the purple, the light purple, and there should be a dark orange. A dark orange. There's one piece of, oh, here it is. It was hiding. It was hiding. Okay. Let's see what I have in here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use this. I'm actually going to move it over and then I'll have one big piece on the end. You know, it'll come in handy for something. All right, so now we have the Heat and Bond Light on here. I'm just going to put this in here. We'll just roll it up, and I'm going to put it back in the bag. We're going to take the Heat and Bond Light. We're going to put it in there. Where's the bag? Here it is. Here it is. All right, Heat and Bond Light. And I'm going to put it in the bag, store it in the bag. Now we're going to give this another press. And then we're going to attach it to your fiber form, and then we're going to be ready to cut. Yes, I know. You're like, really? Mm-hmm. That's right. So you want to make sure you press really well to this side. Where is my other, looking for my other Teflon sheet. I like to use both just in case there's a little bit of fusible that maybe is sticking out. There it is. And then we're going to put this down on the fabric or on the fiber form. I think this is a 5-inch piece and this is a 5-inch piece. We can press from this side too. I should probably just put it in my heat press, huh? Be that done that much faster. I had a bad experience. I'm still not over it. Okay, so these should be 5 inches each. My fiber form is 10 inches up and down. So these are going to fit perfectly. And then we'll do one of those 10 by 12 inch pieces. So when you pull this away, and I'm going to put it on the smooth side, which is this side. When you pull it away, we want it to be nice and glossy. Oh, like that. Like that gorgeousness. And peel this way, and I'm going to put it down, and then we're going to press from the fabric side. And that way, because it's less to have to heat up. Does that make sense? Now, we're going to have some pieces that we're going to be adhering from the front and the back when we do the gingerbread. But for now, I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to just... I was going to do all three, my both bridges and the gingerbread houses. But then I was like, oh, I didn't want it to be so confusing. So I was like, okay, let's not do that. Let's just do... We'll do them individually. And while I'm prepping this, or while we're stitching this, then we can go ahead and I can prep the other ones. Okay. Nice and glossy, like a glass lake. That's what you want to see. It's hanging over a little bit. I hope that this is wide enough. Fairy Frost, you gotta love Fairy Frost. We have Fairy Frost in the store, and we don't carry all the colors, but Patrick's always like, get rid of it. I use it in so many of our kits at the store. It's just like, it's just perfect for some things. Okay, so now I have that on there. Now I'm going to put this piece on. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give this another press because I didn't press it twice. Okay, let it cool down a little bit. That's what I say, but that's not what I want to do. What I want to do, that's a little bit of heat and bond light there. Oh no, did you see that? One of the corners was turned. Okay, hopefully there was enough left over. Smooth, so smooth, like a glassy lake. Okay, we're gonna lay this down here. Okay. Okay, because when you're doing your, when you're looking at the instructions, sometimes it says fiber form and fabric. And anytime it says fiber form and fabric, you're supposed to be laying this down in one piece. And if you're not laying it down in one piece, you're going to have to do placement line, put it down, and then you have to go back and do that tack down one more time. You know what I mean? So you have to do it twice, or else you lay both of these down at the same time. If you notice, I am not doing stable stick 2. I find that the fiber forms enough, so I'm not doing the stable stick. Okay, we have this last piece. I'm going to keep that. I don't know what for, but maybe we'll need it for something. I don't know. I have like a bin of... I was going to cut on this, like that was a cutting mat. Sometimes I have moments like that and I go, is there something wrong with me? Okay. Next. I'm going to probably put this down in one piece. Why not, right? Okay, I probably will press it more too, but this should be a really nice, firm adhesion. And now we're going to go ahead and do the last 2. Let me grab my other roll of fiber form. Let's get this out of the way before I start pressing on it. Here we go. I guess this is a little bit smoother, not much, but a little bit. Okay. So this is the 12 inches. I actually did not press this again. Let's press it again first. Let's make sure none of those corners are turned under like my last one. That made me sad. Best iron in the world. This is the Panasonic 360. I love it. Let's do the other one too. And this other one, do we have a bunch of pieces? We could piece this one together. That would be good. Yes. I don't know if you can see that, but it is perfect. Lay it down. Okay, so I have cut with the fabric side down. I've cut with we're going to have to pay attention to that when we go to cut. Because what I found is it did not go through the fabric. Even when I put fabric side down, it didn't go through the fabric. When I put fabric side up, it didn't go through the fabric. And so I'm apt to put it fabric side up because I think it got through a little better than it did having it fabric side down. Does that make sense? So I feel like I'm still experimenting. So I had somebody send me a note saying that I should be cutting this with the auto blade. And so I'm going to try it. What scares me is the layers. I'm going through all these layers. So I'm a little worried that it's not going to want to, that it's going to drag stuff around. But I'm hoping not. Auto blade, I'm scared to use you because I get confused. I'm like, should I do the auto blade? Should I do the rotary? You know why I use the rotary blade? Because I go, yeah, it is more expensive, but I think it just cuts well. So, and I was told you should always do a test cut. I should probably do that too, huh? Maybe what I'll do is, oh my God, is that just fantastic? So let's cut this out. Maybe I'll put some pieces right here and we'll do test cut up on that part. And we can see how it does. And then we could use the auto blade to kind of check it out. I'll use it and do a little bit of practice. I'm scared. I'm scared to use the auto blade on my fabric. I'm scared, and that's why I keep using rotary blade. Now I still have to prep my whatchamacallit, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, my other two projects. I still have to cut the gingerbread houses. So I think I'm going to take this. I know it's a little piece, but these look just about ready. And I have this little strip here. Oh my God, how perfect. Like a glove, like it was meant to be. And I'm just going to take a piece of this. So what do we have here? This is almost 2 inches by 12 inches. So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut this piece here. Almost 2 inches by 12 inches. I'll just cut a little sliver. Then we'll practice. This is my practice piece. And I probably won't practice in front of you because you don't want to hear me be like, holy, oh, did you see that? Not even close. So a couple of things. It could have been, I didn't let it cool down because I was told let it cool. And then maybe it wasn't adhered all the way. Okay, so we're going to let that cool down. Okie dokie. Why don't we go ahead and let's cut our, we're going to cut our fabric pieces first. So let me go ahead and get cleaned up and we will be right back. Much better. I let this one totally cool. It's nice and glossy. So I was rushing it. Smooth, bumpy. With this one, I'm not really noticing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And put it down. I'm going to put it down on here too because it seems like it's a little bit exposed. And then we are going to get our fabric mat ready. With our fabric blade. Okay, so my fabric mat looks like I did not clean it the last time I used it. So I've got clean paper towels. So this is totally awesome. You buy it at the dollar store. I wonder if it's still $1. And I bought mine when it used to be yellow. Now it's pink, which I'm kind of envious. I'm like, oh, I wish I had a pink bottle. I don't like the yellow bottle. Pink's so much cuter to me. I know some of you like the yellow. Okay, make sure you get it all off. Like clean the whole thing off. It might start getting sticky again as you're cleaning it. So you could go ahead and spray it some more. And you're gonna get, it's gonna get etched from being used. Yes. Okay. So clean it off. Make sure you get everything, and that will rejuvenate your stick. All right. I didn't tidy up yet. I'll be right back. It is getting messy in here. So I'm going to go ahead. Remember, I did the handy dandy spreadsheet, which I will share with you. So these are the cuts on the right-hand side that are going to be on with the special secret sauce. Is that what we call it? Secret sauce? So I'm going to pull this down. Let's go ahead. And I think I could probably load up. I'm just going to put this on first. So I'm going to put on my dark purple. I'm going to put my dark purple at the top of the mat. Top of the mat is going to be where the arrow goes in. Carriage is going to move. Oh, we got to change our blade too. So let's go ahead and put that down first. I'm going to put it like kind of in the middle. Okay, brayer, because I'm a big believer in the brayer. I feel like it will evenly get this down. And this is just fabric, so I did put it right side up, so I didn't have to mirror image. Remember, I am not very experienced with doing the fabric, so hopefully this comes out right. Now the dark orange, I'm going to take that one and I'll put it down right here at the bottom part. And again, this one is, there is no right or wrong side. And I finally have a fabric blade holder and a fabric blade, so I'm going to grab those. I'm kind of nervous. This is my first time cutting with this, and I put TF for thin fabric auto blade, and I wrote it on here a couple of times because I'm always worried I'm going to grab the wrong blade. Here is my thin fabric auto blade. Let's go ahead and put this in. And hopefully it works really well. And I could tape it down too, I guess, right? With my transport, that's what I've been using. And it's been working. It's been awesome. See how tiny and itty bitty it is? It is little. It's a little itty bitty thing. I know, do you watch me and you're like, oh my God, she's so experienced. Yeah, this is my first time ever using this. Hopefully it goes really, really well. And if it doesn't, you will never see this part of the video. Okay, let's load in the blade. Load the blade. Up, pull this out. And in, whoops, got to take this off too. And in, and pull this down. Oop, why isn't he? If that doesn't go down, what I'm learning is I have done something wrong. There, see how nicely that went down just then? Okay, I honestly don't know if I should be taping this more. And since I'm a lazy girl, I'm not going to tape it anymore. But I am going to come in here right now. Let's zoom in a little bit on the screen. And let's retrieve the pattern. So I have two different patterns. I'm going to put this in all at once, but I will cut one at a time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Because even though I'm just retrieving data, if you brought it in via My Connection, you have to retrieve it via My Connection, even if you saved it on the machine, is what I'm learning. So I'm going to retrieve from the machine, and the dark purple should look something like that. That is the layout I'm looking for, which is this one right here. I think it's this one. And I'm going to go ahead and say okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can move that over to the right just a little bit. So here's my edit, my move keys, and I'm going to move it to the right just a little bit because I have about an inch. And then we're going to scan the fabric. We're going to say okay. I'm going to come back over here. That is the purple. I'm going to cut the purple first. You're going to load your mat. Arrow is in. And then you're going to hit your loading your mat button. Okay, keep your fingers crossed. I hope this goes well. All right, now I am going to go ahead and say okay. And then let's scan our mat so that we can make sure it's going to fit on that purple part perfectly. Oh, hit the cord back there. All right, I can't even see it. So what you're going to do is, if you can't see it, you are going to go in here to your settings button, and then I can change the background. So I'm going to change it to this other option, say okay, and there we go. That does not look like it's placed very well. So we're going to move that design. We're going to go edit, and then we're going to hit the move keys, and we're going to bring it down. Whoops. And I can use my stylus too. So let's take this and we're going to move it over here near the edge. I'm going to take this other one and move this one down. And now we're good. I might move him a little bit more towards the edge. Okay, much better. Make him about equal distance. I might take this one and flip it. Okay, and let's go object edit, and let's go rotate. Does that help? And then I'm going to go there we go. Okay, looks good to me. I think we're going to say okay to that. And we're going to say okay. And then we're going to say okay because I want to get to please select. We're going to cut. I'm going to check my settings. I don't know if they recommend cutting fast or slow with your fabric blade. Maybe we'll turn it up to a 4 because default is 5. So maybe I'll slow it down to a 4. We're going to say okay. And then we are going to keep our fingers crossed and hope that this works really, really well. So again, I'm not doing a test. I'm just going to start because I believe it's a new blade, and I believe I stuck it down really well, and I believe I did a really good job with my Material Magic. All right, let's see how we did. I have my spatula. So this is like a set they used to have that they don't make anymore. And you're like, oh, thanks for showing that to me. Now that I know I can't get it. I know. I don't know why they do that. And it looks beautiful. So I'm going to throw this away. I'm going to grab my little handy dandy my organizer bag, and I'm going to put the pieces that are just fabric and Material Magic. I'll put it in the front pocket. And purple is cut. Okay, if I can do it, you can do it. That was my first time ever cutting with my fabric blade, and I thought it was a success. Yay! All right, now we're going to do the orange. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's say okay. We're going to go home, and I'm going to go back, and I saved all of these earlier. We're going to retrieve, and it's on the memory, and it's the one that looks like this, that has like the triangles on the top, and this is this one right here. Okay, so we're going to say okay, and I'm going to go ahead and let me just drag all the pieces down here. So, and I could have grouped them and then pulled them down, but we'll just pull them down like this. I wonder if I could just pull this over here and then take these little itty bitties. Put one in here and then take this little itty bitty and put this one. I mean, I think we could have just done this lots of different ways. Edit, object edit, rotate. Okay, I'm going to say okay, and I want to get to that little guy here, so I'm going to select by hitting the arrows. Move that one in a little bit. Object edit, rotate, and I just rotate him a little bit. And then okay, move. And then, okay, I want to move that one. There's my little box. Move. And I don't know, I'll have all that extra fabric and I can just use it for something else. Okay, looks good. That's what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to say okay. And then we're going to go ahead and say okay one more time. Please select, cut. I think everything is adhered really well. And we're going to go ahead and start. And the last thing we're going to do is we'll clean the mat again, and then we're going to put the green on there, and we will cut the green. I can't decide what I should do with the other ones, if I should just use the fabric mat. I might just use the fabric mat. You do not, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to use my fabric mat, and I'm going to use my auto blade and see what I get. Okay, here we go. Let's see how we did. Look at those threads. This is definitely a shreddy thread, so we're going to have to be really careful when we take off the other pieces. We really want to support. So oh, do you see that? So just make sure that you support the edges with this kind of fabric. Okay, learning. Support. All right, that's off. We're going to be careful with all of these pieces. Okay. All right. What? Not sure what I got from before. Every time I look at the camera, it shows me that it is not on, and then it's on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in maybe just the middle. Or, you know, I'm going to put it down at the bottom. I don't use the bottom a lot. I'll go ahead and put it right here. All right. I cleaned the mat off first. Now I'm putting it down. All right. Let me go ahead, open this up. Let's load our mat. And we are going to put in the ghosts. Oh, and we do have to change the direction of those. So let's load our mat. Because it didn't fit the other direction. So I had to turn it. Oh, finish cutting. Yes, we were finished cutting. Okay, I'm going to go home. Okay, to delete all patterns. Okay. I'm going to pull it through my connection and retrieve it from the machine. And here are my two ghosts. I'm going to go ahead and say okay, but I got to scan the mat. And I'm scanning the mat because I had to switch the direction. Like they weren't going straight across because of the cut of my fabric. They weren't going to fit because this was a fat 16th, which is only 11 inches. And to put them like head to feet, I needed to make sure they were I couldn't do them long ways. I had to turn them so they're standing up. Okay, so I'm going to grab my stylus again. Here we go. Let's take this one, edit, object edit, rotate 90 degrees, and let's stick him down here. And take that one, and I'll rotate him the other way, and we'll put him right here. That should be good. All right, we'll move him in. So, okay, your move arrows, you have to come out. And that looks great. I'm going to go ahead and cut. So I'm going to say okay. Okay. Please select, cut, and start. And I'm just doing this on my fabric mat with the fabric side up. There is no fusible on here. I'm not doing fusible because when you do freestanding lace, you're going to be working on Dissolve Away and Badge Master. And I feel like it would just melt it. So, I mean, it might not, but because you're going to be going on top of fiber form. But I just think it's best to not do that. To just do it, I'll just spray it and then I'll put it on. All right, how did we do? Let's see. Where's my spatula? Poppy wants to bust out of here. I don't know if you can hear her, but she is ready to make a run for it. Poppy, where do you want to go? Oh. There's one ghost, and here is the other one. I'm just kind of release them around the edges. And there's my other ghost. I'm going to take these and pop them into my little bag. Next step. Now we're going to do the, let's go ahead and do the pieces of fiber form. So, I got to think about it, right? I'm going to do a test cut and see how it goes, but this is what it looks like. The fiber form with the heat and bond light with the fabric on top. I'm going to go ahead and do some shapes, and we'll put it on that little piece, and we're going to test it out. I'm going to cut this in half, and I will test it with this side up, and then I'll test it with this side down, and we'll see what works better. I'll be right back. All right. Can I tell you how impressed I am? So I did have somebody write me after I'd done one of my project videos. And I'd been using the rotary blade because I was scared that as the regular blade went through these layers, it would pull them apart. So she told me I should be using the auto blade and that I should always do a test cut. So I went and I put these down. I did one with fabric side down, and then I did one with fiber form side down, and I did the test cut, and it went through it. It did it like 4 times, and it was perfect. And then it cut both of these, and it was perfect. I mean, look at these. And everything stayed together. It's absolutely unbelievable. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to do, because I don't want to mirror image my stuff, I am going to just put it down with the fiber form side down. I'm going to clean up the mat right now, and then we are going to cut. So let me clean up, and then we're going to do some cutting. I'm still like amazed at how incredible that just worked. That was just super impressive. So I did clean off my mat. So I'm going to start with, and we're going to be cutting all of these. I'm going to cut this first. And so I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. And let me put it up and down, right up and down. And I'm putting it fabric side up so that I do not have to mirror image. But if you feel more comfortable putting it fabric side down, I just saw how incredibly well that worked and nothing separated. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. It did have me raise it up to level 2 here on the side right here. So when it's thicker, it's going to ask you to do that. So let's go over here to our machine. I'm going to pull this open because I did shut it. And I'm going to load my mat first. I'm going to load my mat, arrow in fabric mat. And I'm using the fabric mat because I want a little more stick. I want some stick. Okay, this is my dark purple. So this is what I'm looking for right here. I'm sorry, not my dark purple, my dark orange. I was like, wait a minute, that's not going to fit. And remember, I do have an extra piece over here because I got confused. But I'm going to go ahead and say okay here. Let's zoom in. I'm going to go home. Yes, it's okay to clear. I saved all of those. Guys, remember, I saved them all, and I saved them on the machine. So after I did it, I saved it. And we're looking for the one that has dark orange. It's going to have these big pieces right here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm not sure which one of these I don't need, so I'm just going to do them both. So let's say okay to this. We're going to go ahead and scan it in first. So start. We'll start with a little scanny scan, so we can make sure it's going to be right where we want it to be. All right, so we can move this a little bit. And when you can't get to it, you're just going to go in here to edit, and then you can select the elements. That's that guy. And I always overshoot. And that little guy right there, he's kind of close to the edge, But guess what? I'm going to leave him. I think he should be okay. I wonder if we move this up here. I wonder if I move this down lower. And then okay, we're going to go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. I'm going to go okay. We're going to say okay, and I'm going to go cut. I'm going to do a test cut. How come he doesn't like that? So yes, test. And there's my little tester right up here. So I'm going to go to my move keys, and I'm going to move him all the way down into this corner down here. And let's go ahead and say okay. And let's go ahead and cut him. Cut. Start. That's my test cut first. And I'm using Auto Blade, Fabric Mat, and Fiber Form side down, fabric right side up. This is my first time doing a test cut, and quite honestly, it's amazing. Like, this is so perfect. These are absolutely perfect. Okay. He's perfect. Look at him. See him right there? He looks amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit start, and I'm going to let it cut. 2 minutes. And just let it go. And then we'll go ahead, we'll do the light purple. We have to do light purple, dark purple. I think we have everything to cut with this, so just let it go. I'm so excited. I guess something I'd have to say is make sure everything is adhered as well as you can adhere it. I mean, this is amazing. I'm just so impressed. So when I did it before, and I did it with the rotary cutter, it did not, the fiber form or the Peltex or whatever I was using, I think I did the standard mat or the low tack mat, and it didn't really stay down that well, and then it didn't cut through all the layers. So this is impressive that it's cutting through all the layers perfectly, and it's making me go, oh wow, you really should be doing that test cut. You're on a journey with Jeannie. Scan and cut journey. Ooh, ooh. This is my scan and cut journey. I love it. I was so afraid of this machine for so long. It's nice to feel like, wow, I can like use it. I can learn it. I can be okay with it. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what's going to be on this video because sometimes I look at it and it's recording and I thought it was paused, and sometimes it's paused and I thought it was recording. So it should be interesting. We've got 3 more minutes left. And I wish I knew who had sent me that message, and I so appreciate it. I have like a Scanica angel. I think what it does with the auto blade is it goes through and then it goes over it again and then it goes over it again. So it doesn't go through the whole thing all at once, and maybe that's what helps it cut. I'm just watching it cut as it goes. Looks like it's 1 minute left. I'm just amazed at how they designed this. Who made an auto blade? How'd they figure that out? There's so many smart people out there in the world. All right, I am going to write down on my spreadsheet, my little cheat sheet, what I did, and I will post this on our website under OESD, OESD sew-alongs. I'll do something like that. So I'm going to do, this one was fabric. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited. I just got to peel it off right now. So here we go. Let's take a peeky poo. See how it did. Oh, you know what? We can't, because these are together. They're on one piece. I never separated them. So let's go ahead and let's cut the other one. So we're going to say, okay, I'm going to go, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That's spitting it out. I want to feed it in. Okay. All right, we're going to go home. That's what I want to do. And I'm going to go to my connection because I did bring it over wirelessly. And even though it's in the machine's memory, it started off at my Avenir. And I think it's purple, light purple. It is going to be this one right here. So let's go ahead and set that. We're going to say okay. I'm going to go ahead and scan my mat. Let's hit start. All right. Now we're not cutting on the orange, we're cutting down on the purple. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this piece down here. I'm going to pull this down here. Ooh, there's not a lot of room. And the color is kind of hard to see. So I'm going to see if it shows up better this way. Whoop, that doesn't show up better. Hang on. Whoop, there. Oh, wait, maybe I need to do the other side. Nope. This one's better. All right. Let's go ahead and take this one. I'm going to go edit. Here are my move keys, and I'm going to move him all the way over to the right as far as I can go. I'm going to touch this one. Ooh. These are going to be tough because they are so close. I think they're touching. All right, magnification. Let's do that. So I'm going to go down here. And I think I'm going to have them so they share a cut line. That was really, my fabric is, I don't know why it's doing it like that, because it looks like my fabric's going all the way to the edge, but it's not showing it all the way to the edge. Isn't that odd? It's right there. It's all the way to the edge. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it all the way over to the right. And I'm going to take this one and move it all the way over to the left because the fabric is all the way there. And we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that there is enough. I don't know why the fabric's not showing, but we're going to move it all the way over to the edge. Hopefully that works. And I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, there's a little space in between. I am going to do a little test cut. Let's do our little, now that we know how to do that, we're going to go ahead and say, okay. I'm going to go, please select, cut. I'm going to do a test cut. Here he is. Do you see him? He's so little. We got to move him, and I'm going to pull him all the way down. Yeah, it's strange to me that it's not showing the fabric all the way to the edge. I'm going to cut him right there. He's right down there. I'm going to say okay, and then let's go ahead and hit start. So the fabric's a little bit thicker. Like this fairy frost is a little bit thicker than that cross weave, so it might be helpful to do that test cut. Isn't it exciting? And then I'm going to get ready to put this on my multi-needle. And then while it's on the multi-needle and we're filming over there, I'm going to do the, I'm going to set up the gingerbread bridge. All right. Did the test cut. Where is it? I don't even know where. Oh, I can feel it. I'm not even going to pull it out. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start because that test cut, I think, really makes it so the blade knows exactly how deep and how far down to go. So I'm just going to trust. And here we go. This is 12 minutes. This is a long one. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And while it's paused, I'm going to go and set up the gingerbread on, or maybe, you know what? I'm just going to pause it so you don't have to sit here and watch the whole thing. So I'm going to pause it and then we'll be back as soon as it's done cutting. Okay, moment of truth. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Alrighty. I am so excited I don't know. One of these I didn't need. Remember? I kind of made a mistake. But I didn't know which one it was, so I just decided to do them both. So if you use my template and my instructions, I do need these two, but this part is just garbage. So, I mean, being able to cut out the innies and just get rid of them is so nice. All right. Let's go ahead. You can buy the spatula. I would definitely get the spatula. And even though, oh, it is still really sticky. You think we could go ahead and just do it one more time? Yeah, it's pretty sticky. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to lay down the black. Let's put the black down. And we're going to... I'm looking for the right colors right now to kind of go with this project because my fabrics are different than, they you know, are kind of the same color schemes, but it's going to be different. This is going to be, let's go ahead and load the mat. Hit your loading button. I'm so excited. So it's going to be this cut right here. All right. That's my black, right? Yeah. I probably should have loaded this differently. Now I'm going to have to swing everything around, but that's okay. All right. So we're going to go home. It's going to clear the screen. I'm going to pick my colors while it is cutting. I'm going to have to turn everything, but I don't want to take this off. Retrieve, and we're going to do it from the machine because I saved it there. So it's this one right here. I wonder if I could go ahead and say okay to that. And let's see if we can select all, edit. Is there a select all? Is that everything? There we go. I'm going to say okay. And then object edit. Doesn't let me rotate. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to go back here and deselect that. And I'm going to say okay. And let's scan. So I'm going to scan. Patrick, I am like scan and cut queen. I'm just kidding. I feel successful, so I'm excited about this. So let's go ahead and hit start because this is not my thing. I have not, did not think I would be successful at this, did not believe in myself, did not think I could make this happen. Patrick says he believed in me. Kinda, but not really. Because I wouldn't have believed in me. I was like scared. No, I can't. Oh, I got it because it's Monday, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to rotate everything. Got to make it fit. And I would unstick it and restick it, but that's just going to, it's just going to make it not as sticky. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this one, edit. We're going to object edit, rotate. And let's rotate him to the right. And let's push him up. And then we're going to do, okay, this one, rotate him to the right. Wait, that doesn't look right. That's not what I had, right? Oh, here we go. I think it has to go like this if we do that. Okay, and then this one, take him, rotate him, and then we'll stick him right down here. All right, now I just got to fix it a little bit. So I think that's fine. Let's take this one. Okay. Okay, you want the move keys. Not right on the edge. And up a little bit. And this one over a little and maybe down. And then I think that should be good. All right, I'm okay with that. Let's do a test cut. Look at me, I'm all about the test cut now. So I'm gonna go ahead and say okay. We want to cut. Because everything's been so perfect, why wouldn't I do the test? I'm gonna do the test. There he is right there, see him? I gotta move him. So I'm just going to take him all the way up. I'm going to say okay. And then let's go ahead and hit start. And I just feel like it's been so great. I don't even need to be over here. This is when something's going to go awry though, right? But I'm going to go ahead and leave this. And then we will come back and I'll show you what it's going to look like when it's all cut out. And then all we have left to do is the dark purple and then the orange. I'm picking out my colors right now, so that's what I'm doing in the other room. See you in just a little bit. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Is this just like so awesome? Look at, here's my little cutie test cut. I'm just like so pleased that, you know, it's heat and bond, it's the fabric, it's the heat and bond, and it's the shape, the fiber form, and everything is just like adhered so perfectly. Nothing is separating. Everything is like stitching or cutting like a dream. I'm just going to take my next piece and put it down here because it's still sticky. So we can go ahead and put it right up here, right? Sprayer. All right. That is my light orange piece. And the light orange piece is going to, the layout looks like this. So let's go ahead and find that. So to the machine. And I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to my connection and retrieve, and I put it in the machine memory. And it is the one that looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. We're going to scan the mat, start, because that was the scan from before. So let's go ahead and scan the mat. And we'll move all the pieces, make sure they fit. And we'll pull this down a little bit. We'll pull this down a little bit. And this little guy, we can put him right here. We can save that. That may be worth it. I don't know what I'll do with it. But we're going to go ahead and say okay. I'm going to go please select, cut, test. I think I'm just always going to test. Oh, did you see that? I got really lucky there. I didn't even pay attention to where the test cut was, but it was just to the right and out of the area of my main pieces, so we're okay. But I could have hit the pause button, and then I could have canceled. But I was lucky. Okay, once we do this one, we're just left with our purple. And then we're going to start stitching. This looks like it's still doing my test cut. Let's see how many minutes it's going to be. So it says test completed. We're going to hit start. And let's go ahead and let it do its thing. And it's telling me a cutting time of 2 minutes, but it does adjust it as it goes sometimes too. I'm in love with my scan and cut. Ooh, 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go do some work. I'm going to pause the video and we'll see you back in 13 minutes. Here we go again. Let's see how we did. And the stick is still like amazing. Okay. You know, cutting that stuff out is so difficult when you when you're going through like layers like this. And it did get a little wrinkly just then, so I'm going to be a little more careful pulling this piece up. And we could press it again too. These are throwaways. I mean, it is sticking to this so well, but I'm going to be able to clean it up and make it amazing. And then we need this too. Okay, done with that. My last one that we have to cut. I'm so in love with this is going to be the purple. And it is set up like this, so maybe we'll just put it up. We'll just go ahead and just make it easy. I should probably take it off and then press it down. Okay, lazy. Go ahead, spit out the mat. Let's spit it out. All right, let's go ahead and load the mat, arrow in. And this is the dark purple. So from our little cheat sheet here, Skin and Cut cheat sheet, that is what we're looking for. So I'm going to go to, whoops, sorry, just pushed the wrong thing. Let me load the mat again. I meant to hit the home button. Home. Is it okay to cancel? Yes. Let's go to, and we are going to go over here because I brought it in with my connection. I'm going to retrieve, but I saved it to the machine's memory, and it's going to be this one right here. And we're going to say okay, and let's go ahead and scan the mat. Now, I am going to do this on my multi-needle, but there's no reason why you can't do this on your regular sit-down. I couldn't live without either. Like, I just love them both. All right, so we are scanned, and now we're going to make sure that everything fits. And we do have some more room here down at the bottom, so why don't I move this down a little bit? And then we got these little guys. Let's move them down. What about these? I'm going to take those, edit, object edit, rotate. Let's just put them down here. And we'll take these and put these down here too. And we'll take this one and move it over. How's that? I don't want it to be on the edge, but we can move this one. Well, I'm going to take that and rotate it like this. And let's take this and rotate it a little bit this direction. There we go. So now it's not even close to that. And then these, we could separate these a little bit. Take this one. Okay, that looks amazing. So work with what you have, and then you can adjust it any way you want. I'm going to say okay to that. I really just separated things out a little bit. I'm going to say okay, just keep pushing okay until I get to where it says please select, because I want to do my cut. I'm going to do my test cut. I'm going to look before I hit start, because last time I was just like so gung-ho. I just hit start. I'm going to move him down into this empty area right here. And I'm going to say okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And it's going to do my test cut first. I feel like the fiber form is just perfect. Fiber form down with the fabric mat. I'm just like thinking that's like the best situation ever. So I will add that to my little cheat sheet that for the fiber form. Whoop. I'm going to put a little note here that we're going to use the fabric mat. Sorry. With auto blade. It's the side is going to be set to 2. I don't even know what that side thing is cut. Side set. I know this is ridiculous. To 2. And then do test cut. Do your test cut. Because that really made it all worth it. For this one, I did... oh, we're ready. We're ready. We're going to start. There's my little test cut right there. There's my little nugget. Okay, so with the secret sauce, I did fabric matte. I will type it so you'll be able to read it. Fabric matte, and I did it with fabric stabilized fabric with Material Magic and Best Press. Yes, this Best Dress. This is how messy my handwriting is. With Best Press, and then we did it, what did I do? I did fabric matte, fabric blade, and I did, and you know what? I didn't do a test cut. And knowing what I know now, I would do a test cut. So fabric blade and wrong side down. Okay, I'm going to go add this to the sheet. This will be on the website. Here we go. Just let it cut. It says 27 minutes. Okay, I'm going to pause it and we'll come back and it's going to be absolutely amazing and perfect. See you in just a little bit. All right, let's see how we did. I think this was my last one. Yes. It's so much fun. I feel like we should be doing something with those pieces. But, I mean, how nice is it going to be not to have to cut all of these? So here are my pieces. And these are ones we're keeping. And these. But the other ones, I think, are the innards of the of these two. So I don't think we need these. I'm going to put them up on the top just for now, just to make sure. Because my book's all the way over on the other side. I'm working on my spreadsheets and figuring out where I'm going to load everything for you to find it. So these are the inside of these. I do not think we need those. So I'm just going to put them up here, though, until I can confirm. But you do need all of this stuff right here. So that was it. Here are all my goodies. Oh, my God. Is this just amazing? Everything's cut and ready to go. I'm going to take this stuff and just throw it away. I mean, there is a little bit of waste there, but that was amazing. And I just can't even tell you how tickled I am that that worked out so well. I am going to clean my mat before I put it away. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and spit it out. And next thing that we're going to do is we are going to start stitching. So I'm going to go bring this over to my multi-needle. I might not do it tonight. I might try to prepare the other bridge. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could prepare both bridges now that I'm on a roll? I'm feeling so good about this. And I worry that if I wait and I don't do it until tomorrow, or more likely next weekend, then I am going to forget. Literally, that's how bad my brain is. It's so sad. Okay, let me go ahead and spray this again. Clean your mat. You know me, I like to leave it until I use it the next time. But it's serving me so well that I want to, I'm like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to treat you like the queen you are. I'm hoping that the fiber form doesn't like stick to it. And I don't think it did. I'm kind of using my fingernails as I do this too. I think it's going to be nice and sticky still because it was so sticky every time I put anything down on it. wonder what those little etched pieces are. Let's see. It's not sticking. I wonder if, oh, there we go. So I wonder if it just kind of has to dry. All right, and now I'm gonna, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that away and we will pull that out. Yeah, you want it to kind of stick to your fingers like that. And we will use this for the next one. And I will see you later. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some stitching.